Peace, love, and fish. How you guys doing? I'm Dan Woods, and welcome to another video. Today's video, well, what can I say other than it was not planned. This is what happens to fish people. All of a sudden, they start with something simple, like, I'm gonna do some water changes today, and the next thing you know, well, I'm not going to tell you just yet. You're going to have to stay tuned because we've got a special guest joining us here in just a little bit, and we are going to talk about an all-new project that just it just appeared out of nowhere, folks. Let's not try and use big words. Ultimately, the story is this. We started out with one plan today, buying filter media, buying RO water to do water changes on our freshwater tanks. And, well, we have a new surprise. Stay tuned. It's coming up right here on Peace, Love, and Fish. Welcome back to Peace, Love, and Fish. And as you can see, that's an empty tank. It's a rather large empty tank. So here's how this went down today. So there are plenty of people involved in Peace, Love, and Fish. For the most part, everybody involved is a member of our family. Not only do I have a love for this aquatic hobby, but so does my wife and my 4 boys. We are all about our fish. And you've seen some of that content with not only my 2 freshwater tanks, but my son Scott's 2 freshwater tanks. You've seen some new content from one of our correspondents. His name is Blake. He breeds betas. Well, we're adding another set of tanks to the mix. Our technical director, Ethan, decided today that he wanted to make the jump into owning his own aquarium. Well, because he lives in the basement and it's a little bit colder down there, we had to find a way to add his aquarium to our fish living room. And yeah, side note, we're doing this while my wife's still in Texas. So I decided I was going to do water changes today. I was going to get filter medium, and I was going to, do my maintenance stuff today. And as we're doing this, Ethan politely says, I'm going to buy a fish tank. Like, whoa, wait, what? Yeah, Dad, I got money. I'm gonna go buy a fish tank. I'm like, okay. Well, Ethan, you know enough about aquariums and what we do that you don't just go buy an aquarium. You don't just on the spur of a moment decide you're gonna go buy an aquarium. Most normal people don't. Fish people, on the other hand, we do these sort of things. So the first thing I asked him is, Ethan, what kind of tank do you want? And I knew deep down in my heart what the answer was going to be because him and I have been talking about this for the last few weeks. I have a project in the works with some friends of mine on an all-new video series that we're planning on doing. And I knew what the answer was going to be. The answer is going to be saltwater reef tank. And that's exactly what Ethan said. And when he told me that, I said, well, you know there's a lot that goes into saltwater reef tanks. And he's like, I know, Dad. And he's like, I've got this much money, and I know it's going to take a while for it to cycle and to do these things, and it's not an easy setup, and we're going to, have a lot of steps that we have to go through. And I was like, you're correct. That is very true. So what we did was we actually went to look for some equipment to add to an existing tank that we have here at the house. And it's empty. It would be real easy to clean up and everything else. Well, we went to our local PetSmart. I know they got a bad rap, but I can tell you this. I absolutely love the big box stores. Not as much as I love my local fish places, but I do love the big box places for certain things. And for certain things, they do have their merit. Now, for him and his first tank, we went in not expecting to, well, start with this. we actually went in to look for some different equipment that we could add to an existing tank. The thing is when we went in there, there was such a good deal for their rewards members that he ended up getting an entire setup for $70 off. So he got this beautiful 36-gallon bow front aquarium with a filter setup, a heater setup, a light setup, and everything else. Now, because we have done our homework, we know that for the time being, that filter setup that they have on there is going to be good for basically just getting the tank started. It's rated for the flow. It is rated to use for marine applications, so we do know it will work for the time being. He fully intends on updating to a canister filter relatively soon. He's just making sure to budget his stuff out. Now, he also is aware that, well, this tank is going to be a little boring for a while because you have to let it do its thing. Now, that being said, he did buy activated sand. He did buy pre-mixed salt water from our local fish place that we absolutely love. It's Aquatic Dreams here in Clearfield, Utah. He also bought some cool stuff from one of our other favorite fish shops, Rusty's Reef in Bountiful, Utah. So as you can see, he kind of spread the love around to multiple different locations today to try and, well, not only pick their brain for some expertise, but to also spread the love monetarily because, well, we love supporting our local stores as much as we do Petco and PetSmart. Now, we're gonna get this set up. We've got some more videos coming your way. See what it looks like once we get everything rolling tonight, and then keep following along on this video series as we go through the cycling, the adding of new equipment. A new light needs to be purchased because the light that comes with this canopy is not going to work to grow coral and to sustain life in a salt tank, but we'll get more into that coming up. Stick around, we got more from Ethan's. We don't even have a name for this tank yet. Drop your names in the comment. What do you think he should name this tank? We all have names for our tanks here on Peace, Love, and Fish. All right, peace, love, and fish. So as you can see behind me, we have this beautiful, it will be beautiful. It's actually really cloudy right now, and that's to be expected when you set up a new tank. There is a live rock in there that's going to help start the cycle. So here's the thing, with this particular project, nothing is going to get rushed because this project is being put together by a 20-year-old who is on a limited budget. So we're well aware of the fact that this is not the normal way for a lot of people to start into the saltwater aquarium hobby. This just happens to be the way my 20-year-old son chose that he wants to begin in the saltwater aquarium hobby. So he is actually Ethan, he's our technical director here at Peace, Love, and Fish. And so how this works today is he went with me and we were out doing some fish adventuring stuff. We stopped at our local PetSmart here in Layton, Utah. And while we were there, he saw this set from Top Fin, I believe is their in-house brand. Is that what it is? Yes, Top Fin. And so it is a 36-gallon bow front with a hood. It came with a 200-watt heater, one of the Silent Stream PF40 power filters. It also has the LED light It came with a net, a thermometer, and all that fun stuff. Now, here's the thing. We are well aware of the fact that this particular HOB filter is probably not going to make it for too long. Not because of the fact that it's a bad filter or anything like that, just because of the fact that this is not exactly what we wanted or what he wanted to use for this medium. It just so happens that this is what he has to help start cycling things. Now, I do know he was talking about the possibilities of looking into canister filters. We are well aware of the fact that basically this hood is just here right now to keep particulates out of the water. We do know it's going to come off and out of there because of the fact that in order to do corals and live reef, he is going to have a very specific light set. So we'll be looking into that for him, helping him navigate those and figure out which one is going to work best. Now, the 200 watt heater is actually probably going to do very good. It's not anything fancy or anything like that. It's just a 200 watt heater. So for the meantime, this is where we're going to start. We're going to get the cycle started and moving. That way he can learn to adjust, check his salinity, make sure he's checking his nitrates and stuff like that, so that he can learn before anything gets into the tank, and it'll set him up for the future as we move forward. Now, there are so many different ways that people can actually set up tanks and go about this. This just happens to be how my 20-year-old son decided he wanted to get into this hobby. So this is the way that works best for him. We'll help him along the way, and we're all going to learn along the way because we're going to keep filming videos and give you updates on this tank as we go on. So do me a favor. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, while you're at it, make sure you hit the bell notifier so that whenever we put out new content, like an update on this tank, you will be notified and you can watch that right away. As far as what this tank is, right now it's just a saltwater 36-gallon bow front tank. Doesn't have a name yet. And if you know anything about all of our...
The Bad Decisions one, remember?
Oh, you're going with Bad Decisions.
Yeah.
This is the Bad Decisions tank. So, as you're sitting back there, Mr. Technical Director, who, it's funny because Ethan used to get on and do different videos with me for a different video series that we do, and he kind of stopped doing that, and he prefers to be behind the camera and do the technical aspect of it. But why did you decide that you wanted to get your own aquarium?
Well, because I wanted saltwater and because I wanted clownfish.
Because of saltwater and clownfish.
And some eels. I mean, maybe later on it'll turn into a giant tank with sharks and stuff in it eventually. But
well, you got a long way to go before you're into sharks. But really quickly, what is something that, as to the whole hobby itself, what makes you happy about the aquarium hobby? Like, what draws you to it?
I don't know. It eats your money away, but at the same time, you can sometimes make money off of it when you do the right things. And I'm kind of like, a broke 20-year-old who just spent like over almost $300 on a tank.
Yeah. We don't discuss numbers. Your mom might watch this.
Yeah, but it's my money, not yours.
That's true. It is your money and not mine. So, what helps cultivate your love for aquariums?
Oh, just watching the fish endlessly swim in like a circle all day long.
All right, guys. Make sure you follow along for more updates. Like I said, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure that you share this with other people in the community. If you know somebody that's looking at trying to set up tanks or maybe has questions, again, we are not experts, but we will help navigate the stuff out there so that you can find the right answers. Also, while you're at it, once again, hit that notification bell so that you always know when the Bad Decisions tank videos come up in this series. I have a feeling we'll be doing a lot of different videos. You guys have a great time. Remember to take care of your fish, and remember, it's all about peace, love, and fish.